in the beginning of April. Anywho, this is about that, so get ready for that. It's called Opportunity to Share Glibly. Not too long before I was born, ARPA, the Advanced Research Projects Agency, gave BBM Technologies the contract to build the precursor to the World Wide Web. Less than 2 decades later, I went to college as a computer science engineer at the university that helped lay the groundwork for the internet. Sorry, Al Gore, it wasn't all because of you. But when I look back, I think of how my life in some ways may reflect the life of the internet. As we grew, so did my use of this tool to spread my literary work to people, with my hundreds of books and stacks of CDs sold in more countries than I can even count, to musicians and authors literally on the other side of the planet. Snail mail couldn't do that. You may have once called me a Luddite, but my literary magazine had a web page before my other colleagues I knew did, and thanks to my web partner in crime, I like that I can give people my opportunity to share their writing with the rest of the world, thanks to this tool. I didn't know this brainchild, which was created not too long before I was born, would parallel me so thoroughly through every chapter of my life. Forgive me for waxing poetic, but maybe the internet and I, in different ways, help people to not only get what they want, but to also grow. Okay, maybe I can't call myself as grandiose as the internet, but really, it seems like the World Wide Web has been on my tail my whole life. So, digital or not, we may be more alike than you think. This might be a good short poem that I wrote yesterday before I might close Ask Tom the way he does it the other thing to close out the evening. Why not? That sounds like a cool way to do it. I wrote this poem yesterday, and you'll have no clue what it's about, because I don't know either. It's called Such a Surreal, Ephemeral Feel. I know that when I first saw my one true love across a crowded room, the other 200 people melted away, and all I could see was him. And we stumbled and fumbled when we first spoke to each other, but it didn't take long for him to send signals to clear everyone away, so that it was always only about him with me. He would make special all our days together, and we would find hideaways at night from the tops of buildings to the sewers, places I would never go unless it was with him. And I would have gone to the bottom of the earth and back if it meant we could have stayed together. But before I knew it, he was suddenly gone. And for all these decades since he left my world, I've only been able to live in the shadow of what we had together. Yes, I may wallow, but I hypnotize people still with the songs I sung for him. I sing with the heart of one who once felt such love. It so overflowed. It was such an unbounded love that just hearing those songs made women cry. There was such an ephemeral feel to us that I have no choice but to live in those moments we shared together. For although our time was brief, it was the only time I could ever want, and I will cherish it always. It's like my time with you guys, so Tom, would you come over here and say something, because he's so groovy cool, closing out the evenings here at Recycled Breeze. Give it up for Tom.
As Linda would say, would you all breathe with me really loudly? Breathe in.